Whew, just barely VTech. I just, I'm sorry, I just couldn't bear the thought of you actually participating in chat the whole stream. So I had to stop that. That's what gave me the motivation. Yes, hello, sorry, hello chairs, hello VTech, hello Ninja, hello Wada, hello Jew. It's great to see you, man. And hello Meatwagon, and hello Moose, and hello everybody. Thank you, thank you Moose, for streaming earlier. That was a lot of fun, and welcome everybody for some more Virtue's Last Reward. The stream, which could be the final one, it could also not be the final one, just as easily. That's just how things work. Yeah, Toombi isn't even here. I know. I really wanted to finish yesterday so she can see, but oh well. Yeah, she probably has class right now. But oh well, I don't choose this. This is all you know, divine intervention and wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. Hello Backcountry too. So the first half hour of Dogstar. Why only the first half hour? Did not work? Yeah, final stream part 3 pretty much. Hey there, Super Drops. So as I said, we're right at the end. If you guys remember last stream, we got out of the queue room. We talked to Akane. We confirmed that Temioji is Junpei, a fact that I did not take so well. After that, we went back in time, saved Akane, so we could be able to go back and save her later, which doesn't really, I don't know, make sense to me, but whatever. So we talked to her in the past too. Then we went back to the future, and we are now. Let's see. Actually, with all the time. Oh yeah, we basically before we went back to the past, we were about to play the AB game several times, so that everybody has more than 9 BP and can leave together. We did get from Akane a key. I'm guessing to open the tombstone in the B garden. But instead of doing that, we decided to just go through the number 9 door altogether, except Dio, who can stay locked there forever. And that's it. And that's when we stopped last stream. You told me? Well, like Toombi said like I told Toombi last time too, I thought about that option too. It just didn't seem like a very good option to me. I mean, story writing wise and dramatically, and didn't seem to work with Junpei's character. All things I pointed out last stream too, so I'm not going to dive into that now, but I keep my thought that if Temioji was Santa, it would have worked better. And Junpei could have been, I don't know, someone or something else. It indeed did influence Don Hertzfeld. Oh, interesting. Mental breakdown parts of It's Such a Beautiful Day. Interesting. You build a computer, will probably get an internal one. What? Oh, you're talking about something else. Never trust a guy named Diego. Well, yeah, but I think that's something that most of us knew already, isn't it? So I think that's enough talking. If we want to finish this today, we need to dive right into it. So let's continue. We got one ending left, possibly the secret ending. So yes, like I said, we stopped last time just after the number 9 door closed, and we're on the other side.
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation.
Evening, Golf. How are you doing, man?
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
I wish Meatwagon, but they were too nice, and he does actually have more than 9 BP. It doesn't matter now anyway, because he can't leave until we get back to get him. Who was phone? We don't know who was phone yet. We do not know that. We do know who was the announcer. I think you were here when we discovered that. And Backcountry, of course, I love Chris Marker.
Looks like we did it.
I haven't really heard about him until now, or seen any of his movies, but I love him. I love that boy.
Yes. We should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. Well, why's that, Ninja? Worked too hard? Didn't get enough sleep last night? No, we did find out who the announcer is. The announcer is Akane. It's been confirmed. Oh, hi, Suika. Oh, with Alan Renee. I like Alan Renee. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like Alan Renee. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but he's pretty cool. So yeah, Akane is the announcer, which makes the most sense when you think about it, that if Zero Sino would work about creating this whole game, and Akane was pretty much his biggest partner in this, that she would do the announcements. And it's also been confirmed. Her voice, we paid attention when she talked in the as a hologram, and her voice really is the same, and it's also even confirmed on IMDb. Well, yeah, they don't officially say it, but it's the same voice, and it makes perfect sense. Also, the credits on IMDb confirm it, like the voice actress is credited with both Akane Kurashiki and announcer, so... How to fix sleep? Well, the best way to do that then, if you can pull it, like the best way to reset your cycle is to, you know, pull an all-nighter and then go to sleep at the time that you want to reset your cycle to. So if that's what you're doing, then just, you know, hang on just a bit more, just a couple more hours. Fine, Suika, you're right. You get the credit. Okay. So to the left, we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside, and consequently the virus from getting inside. Obviously that doesn't matter, since we're all infected. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so that we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure chamber exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figured we need to put those on and head to the decompressor room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute!
What's wrong?
You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
You're already infected, Clover, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they...
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
What's with anime writers and stuttering? Every damn time I see pages from manga or play Japanese video games, everyone stutters whenever they're nervous or taken aback or angry or gay. I don't know, VTech. I guess it's, well, it's something that's starting to get incorporated into Western media as well, that, like, stuttering makes it more realistic. Because, you know, in the golden age of Hollywood or so, they would always say the perfect, like, they would never interrupt each other, they would never stutter. Stuttering was seen as very unprofessional and unrealistic for some reason, but that's just how people talk. So nowadays, in newer TV shows and movies, you often see people, like, you know, talking over, like characters talking over one another. Oh shit, stream is dead? Is it dead for anyone else? Okay, here. Okay, maybe VTech just needs to refresh. More natural because of the way sometimes sentences can be grammar. That could also be the case. Okay, so it seems to be on VTech's side. Anyhow, it could be like that it's just something that's considered more realistic, since people actually do stutter. I'm not sure, though. That's just my uneducated guess. No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. How does Kay get his suit on? I bet he's got like a special extra large suit made or something. Just like Quark probably has like an extra small, child size suit somewhere around here. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. They ever explain why Kay is in a suit? Well, not really. Well, we have seen, I assume that, well, we did see Kay's face right as we were dying in one timeline, and he looks exactly like Sigma. So he's either a clone or Sigma's kid. That's my guess. So I'm assuming that dramatically, and not just dramatically, I'm assuming that like from the point of view of the creators of the No Nary Game 2, they didn't want anyone to see how closely he resembles Sigma. Also, he has amnesia, so I'm guessing maybe they didn't want him seeing his own face as well, and like having memories come back. That's my guess. Here we are. The outside. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before, in another timeline. Sorry. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we? The desert, I guess? I figured that out.
And before Moon.
Which one?
Nevada, I think?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is.
Hmm?
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
Not really. Well, it is, but in the future. Just don't know how far into the future. So we can make up our own story about why he's in a suit. I say he's in the suit to keep from eating you guys. Ooh, that's a good guess actually, Meatwagon. Oh, they explain that later? Oh well. Then, you know, until we find out the answer, it's both because it's both to keep him from eating us and both not, right? That, Schrodinger's cat theory. That's no moon.
So? Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028.
Question is, when's the one after that? He's a dude in a gimp suit, but he can't walk around like that, so he has to wear the suit when he's around people. Oh, that's another good guess, actually.
So?
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
He secretly sweats barium, and if he sweats, he would explode, so the suit keeps him cool. Oh, that's another cool one. It's like a mutant type thing. Maybe it's just a magical suit of armor, there's no one inside. No, but we know that there is. Remember the blood and shit? Oh, maybe it's to fake us out, though. Maybe they got like blood packets lining the suit from the inside just to make us think that he's bleeding.
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been pretty far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars. The sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive. Much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. What's that? Is that a space station?
The moon.
No, but...
Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Was Drops right? The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense. But again, no, but wait, but that doesn't... They have to explain how come how come there's no, like, lower gravity? When they run around and shit. How come there's no lower gravity?
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot.
Yeah, you are. Also, you're, like, frighteningly obsessive. The suits are weighted, but still, they should feel something different. They should have commented about this or something. Even if the suits are weighted, it can't, like, they ran around, they lifted a rock, they fought each other. They should have noticed that something is different with the gravity.
So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
No way. If you properly weight the suit, you can't tell the difference in gravity? Really?
That's Earth.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 Okay, I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Drops. You just proved me completely wrong. I did not believe, and I was mistaken. I'm sorry. You were absolutely right all along.
It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. Then again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
Is there even anybody over there? What? No. No way! If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we? Oh my god, Sigma.
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No, you've gotta be lying. How do you expect us to believe that?
Yeah! How? Just how? How in, like, 2020... Oh, well, Elon Musk, I guess. I was gonna ask how did Zero Senior and Akane get everybody to the moon in, I think, 2028, or around that time. But I guess Elon Musk is the answer. Then how the hell did Dio get here? That's another good question, Chairs, honestly. Again, SpaceX. That's my guess. He jumped really hard.
This can't be the moon. Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity?
Exactly.
The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
And before Radical 6 made the moon She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See?
Okay, there we go. So it's not just us. Oh right, I heard of that, Chairs. Sadly though, I think they didn't raise enough money or something, which really sucks. I was really expecting for that. That would have been an honest-to-God historic moment. I mean, just think about all of our ancestors all the way back, just looking at the moon and looking at the stars, and I don't know, and someone just like fucking there. That's crazy. Even though I did some research into the subject, they're pretty sure that people already fucked in space, but they can't prove it, since there were a number of couple astronauts and married astronauts who went to space, so they don't have like any records or any proof that they fucked, but they were like, you know, a married couple up there for months, if not years at a time. They probably fucked. And I remember someone telling me that there's actual legit research about like space fucking, because, you know, in order to like repopulate this the galaxy, well, not repopulate, just populate the galaxy. So how would that work? How would the fluids work? How would, like, you know, everything? So that's interesting. But unfortunately, as far as I know, they haven't, Pornhub didn't reach their goal or something, and that isn't actually going to happen. Which I'm very sad to say, honestly.
That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
What do you mean it looked that way? Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Luna, you are. You're more people than anyone around here.
Excuse me? What?
please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelavir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What? Oh, come on. That's their explanation? About why we can't, like, notice anything? Because the Radical 6 still makes our brain process things more slowly? No, process things... No, it seems that everything is going... Anyhow.
What symptoms?
Well... Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6.
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying, Jukanu, that there's no proof or no, like, evidence that they fucked, or no one, like, came and said we fucked in space, or we fucked on the ISS, but they're pretty sure that people did it before. The cure doesn't cure you magically? It takes time. Yeah, I get that, but that it works but the symptoms are exactly right for everyone to, like, perceive the moon's atmosphere as having the same gravity as Earth. That's a bit of a stretch. Bit of a stretch.
It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed.
But in that case, we should see the rock falling slower, right? As if we were on the moon with lower gravity, not falling faster.
If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's.
Other way around? Well, whatever, I trust you guys. If you guys say it makes sense, then I guess that's good enough for me. This is too many numbers for me already.
The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense?
Sort of. you used enough big words to convince me, so...
So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2.
Really? It sounds, I don't know, it seems counter to school to your physics. Well, I did learn physics, not nearly like this, physics this advanced. I was like I did not learn any, like, I barely learned any science at all at school, which is something I regret now. But I barely learned any physics in school. And science in general. Like, a lot of times when people talk about chemistry, I never learned chemistry, which sucks, because chemistry seems cool. So wait, again, but hold on, if it's slowed down by the root of 1/6, then why would 2.45 seconds feel like 1 second? Wouldn't it feel like, I don't know, 3 something seconds, 4 seconds? Wouldn't it be slower instead of faster? Whatever. Also, hi Maury, good to see you, man. But whatever.
But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us. Wait,
Let's say you see something in 1 second. Yes. So if it goes slower, it takes 1 second to fall. Exactly. Yes, that is one. Oh, we're getting into fractions. Maybe that's why. I know that fractions are magical like that they work differently. So if it's 1.6, that's why Phi could jump so high? You think? Because that's like height, it's not speed. Oh, you're talking about... Wait, then yes? Because of the gravity? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But did she know that? Did she know that we were on the moon then? Decimals don't apply to fractions though. If I'm the only person not to skip leg day sigma. No, I cannot. Suika, you guys should already know I'm not good at thinking or knowing. That's not my strong suit. I'm good at experiencing, good at reading out loud. Those are my strong suits. I can read text like a motherfucker, Suika. I can't process it though. That is completely different. Everyone could jump so high if I was the only one to try it, or to know that she could. Yeah, I actually don't remember any other time that anyone jumped. Maybe lunged at someone, but it's not like they didn't like leap into the air, so it's different.
you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back.
Oh, now they're gonna show us
You and
Phi.
Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird. It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
They did say that. I just never attributed to it that they were on the moon. I thought that was like part of the symptoms of Radical 6. It's really 1 divided by 0.468, so 1 second becomes more. I think I get it now. At least like the general... Yeah, no, that's a good way to explain it. I think I like get the general idea of it. Thanks, man, for explaining it to my idiot brain. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. There we go. Drops right again. Hiya!
Wait. This is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful.
What do you mean you've seen photos of Earth? What is that supposed to mean, Alice? Were you never on Earth? Haven't you lived there?
That thing is just red.
Oh, I think she means like photos of Earth from outer space.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something.
One now.
This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
What year? In 29?
No.
What year?
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
If it's 38, I call bullshit.
Just what year is this?
It's 74.
Whoa!
74.
Okay, okay. 2074, wow. Yeah, that's a long time. They thought they were in 19. Holy shit, then yeah. Okay, I guess it works with a timeline now. About like Waite Miyoji and Akane were so old. That works out. However, why did I think it was 10 years then? There was probably something that hinted at it, but maybe I just decided on a random number? Or a generic number? Why did I think it was 10 years in the future? Why are we in space now? We're trying to find out. We only just realized we're in space, Mori, so we'll try to understand that. Well, also in the future. Like, way in the future. No. That's insane. And it seems that Fi is also surprised? I would have thought that she's from the future, though. Because the diary said it would take a decade to get a cure. Oh, could be. For Radical 6. That could be. Oh, shut up, Drops. Fine. Drops knew from the moment I started, from the moment the game was on the poll, Drops already knew it was on the moon. From the very first vote on the poll. That would mean we're abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me.
That means how old is Dio if brother assigned him and everyone called him old? What do you mean how old is Dio?
But it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
Well, he's a clone. We can't really tell how old he is, I think.
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time.
Wait, 13th of what year? April 13th, 2029. All 18 of them went up all at the same time, so that's probably the Myrmidons and Free the Souls doing. And that's why they kidnapped us enough time in advance, I guess, to keep us safe from that.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's pretty major. What sentence did I say that made me seem mad? Ooh, par in chairs. What? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
How old is brother? If he was the founder of Freedom of the Soul, was at least 20. Oh! I see, yeah, they did call brother the old man a couple of times. That means, actually I don't know, but it means he could easily be like as old as Temioji and Akane, like in his 70s, 80s? Maybe even more. If he's like as powerful as they make him out to be, it sounds like he should have like every available medical measure to keep to prolonging his life. You gotta prevent it happening. That's what all this. Yeah, I thought so too, Meatwagon. But the thing I don't understand, the thing that I think keeps leading to a paradox is that if we prevent all of this, then how could we have prevented this? You see what I'm saying? Like, if we prevent this whole fucking mess, then how in the then we're preventing this whole game to happen? Like, the reason for this whole game to happen and it actually happening, and us preventing this. So isn't that a paradox, or am I like looking at this wrong again?
On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident.
Yeah, some woman released the Radical 6, and she somehow realized it too.
Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there.
Yeah, we heard the... And somehow she knew that she would kill Billion, so maybe she was also from... I don't know. But like some woman there caused Radical 6, and she knew it. She knew that she did something big. We heard the tapes.
Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down. But eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose.
Kinky.
Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty hardcore. So only what, 11 years till the 12 years until the apocalypse?
Trying to get in touch with one another.
Thought it would come sooner. Was after a while,
They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification.
Are you saying he might have been a radicalist, Chairs?
They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect.
Ah, I see.
That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened. But I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected. And when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan. Even if it wasn't directly responsible, Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. The point is, it happened. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times.
VTech. I appreciate it, man.
Eventually, they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear.
I'm guessing the people didn't, though.
Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing.
Well, Drops, I think his waifu complex probably worked, probably caused it more. But then it also explains like why he couldn't find Akane in all these years. Like it was basically, you know, post-apocalyptic world, no transportation, no nothing. So if she was on another continent, or even, you know, in another country or state, there's a fairly good chance that he would have never found her.
You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Termiyoji to lie to us. Well, Suiko, remember that it's not just Zero. Akane was fully aware of it at all times, that she was playing on Junpei's will to see her again. That's why she's a huge fucking bitch. I mean, she knew that they were manipulating Junpei with a chance of seeing her again, just so that they could set their plan in motion. So there was no reason for Termiyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon. Oh, I see. Yeah, we are talking about him. Yeah, I can sort of get it, but still. Dramatically, I'm saying they could have, or maybe not, I don't know. I could still be, like, incontent with this. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought, I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma. I think I figured something out.
A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. Oh, that's cool, just like in chat. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? Yeah, on 9th. I was still wondering about that. The problem is, with games like this, is that when they keep raising questions the entire game, and for most of the game, every answer actually raises more questions. So you got all these questions and all these queries and wonderings, and then at the end, when they throw like knowledge bombs at you and like an influx of knowledge and information, then you kind of just accept it because suddenly it's like so much and you forget about all your past questions. So I can't like all of this suddenly feels like it makes a lot of sense, but I can't like really think back and look for loopholes or dead ends or something like that. Like the E, that's something that I'm still wondering about, but I completely forgot until she mentioned it. Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram. Just
It definitely
like
is.
on floor A.
What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma.
I'm with Phi on this one.
Knock it off. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get...
Yes?
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Okay.
See?
Yeah, I guess that works. Considering everything that's been going on and all the time jumping and shit.
You need 6 E's to get that. So they stuck an extra one in 9th.
The Man on the Moon rules the infinite time. Well, I think the Man on the Moon refers either Sigma and Phi or refers Zero Senior. Yeah, it is pretty fucking elaborate. So I think that means that either one of them can control or rule the infinite time. Time, if you look at it as, you know, as a concept, is infinite, right? It starts, we don't, or at least as far as we know, we don't know where it ends, we don't know when it begins exactly, so it's infinite. So it's kind of redundant to say infinite time, but it works here. And the man who rules it is obviously the man who can transport himself back and forth in time as he pleases, which is what Sigma and Phi can do, and possibly, we know that Akane can do that too, and possibly Zero Senior. And we know, and you know, I got the theory that Zero Senior is K's dad, and we know that K's dad was in this facility for years raising K until Akane got here. So he would be the Man of the Moon who rules the infinite time, I think.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose. To transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
Well, yeah, you can barely call it raising K. It was more like living with him in the same facility. But still. So, what are you getting at? That we need to go back to the past, obviously. And stop Radical 6, maybe? Though again, that would mean that, I don't know, it would change time in such a weird way that we can't even tell. I don't know, man, I don't know. Like always in these type of things, they make it so, like, look at, last stream I gave the Harry Potter example. I think it was in the, yeah, it's in the third book / movie. If you look at it, when they go back to the past to change everything, they haven't really changed anything. It's just that things didn't happen the way they thought. Things seem to happen one way, like with Buckbeak dying, and I don't remember the rest. But that's one example. When actually the executioner just like stuck his axe in a pumpkin, and that's what. And they didn't look; they just heard like a thunk. No, you're just going to an alternate timeline if you do that, not altering time. So what's the sense in that? Because there's already an alternate timeline. There, like, if we think about like the infinite multiverse theory, then there should already be a timeline where Radical 6. There should already be infinite timelines where Radical 6 didn't happen. So why? So we're basically just jumping to that pre-existing timeline, aren't we? Instead of like changing or creating a new one. So what's the logic in that? If we are really just going between alternate timelines and not actually going back and forth on the same timeline, then what's the point?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time.
You're saying the butterfly effect chairs, that a small change can... But again, if we're using the infinite universes theory, once you throw in the word infinite, that's it. It's infinite. That means everything already happened and is happening. You can only get so much distance into the river before the twig breaks. Oh, that's what you mean. I don't know.
Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah, I'd bet on it.
I would actually love it if there's a timeline, if we can jump back to Sigma being kidnapped. And he just like gets out of his car real quick, goes to the man in the mask, who's either Akane or Zero Senior, I assume. just going like, no, no, I'm back. Don't do it. Don't poison me. Don't kidnap me. I'm back. I'm gonna fix this or whatever. Actually, no, infinite only means the possibility of everything happening. Why, though? The possibility, but we're saying that there are... Well, obviously this is all theoretical, but we're saying that there are infinite timelines. Once we say that there are infinite timelines, it means that everything is infinite. It means there are infinite timelines where Radical 6 exists, infinite timelines where Radical 6 doesn't exist, infinite timelines where there's something way worse than Radical 6, all that kind of stuff. Obviously it's the possibility, but once... But you know, and when we're talking in this scale, what's the difference between like possibility and something being possible and something actually happening? In that scale, I don't think we can tell the difference, or like what are the criteria that differentiate something just being possible and actually happening. Infinite with all encompassing? God damn it, I feel so fucking stupid this stream. There's more than one infinity. Let's say you break your leg, you have two options, like a tree chart. No, I get that. I get like the branching out type of thing. What I don't understand is the difference between something being possible. Well, I know what's the difference between something being possible and something actually happening. Then you have a time where you heal and you don't heal. Yeah. I guess I am confusing infinite with all-encompassing because, as I said, once you throw in infinity to the equation, I feel that it's automatically all-encompassing. A set of even numbers is infinite but contains no odd numbers. But the set of odd numbers is again infinite. Okay, fair enough. And they're both not encompassing the others. I just don't understand why would that necessarily be applicable to infinite timelines and universes. Because again, we just don't know. It's all extremely theoretical. We've a bigger jump to the alternate timeline where you don't break your leg than the world where you heal. And as you know, your jump is quite weak. There are more than one infinity. Okay. Well, it's how you divide it, I suppose. But that's just... It's not that there's more than one infinity, because there is just infinity. Like... There's this bank of information, let's say, that's called infinity. Out of that, you can pick whichever bits you want and create series of odd or even numbers. But there's still, like, the one all-encompassing infinity in the end. That's... I don't know, that's how I see it. I have no idea which kind of infinity the infinite multiverses are. Infinite only means that the set has no end. It doesn't give you any information about what that infinity contains. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that I can't, I don't know, grasp the concept right now. Fucking hell, that moment on stream when you realize that you don't know anything, really. There's more than one infinity. I'm gonna need to think about that shit. Because again, I don't know, maybe I just like, it's not clicking for me yet. Since, again, the like your example of like odd and even numbers, I get it, but in the end, they're just infinite numbers. If you look at the big picture, out of that you can like go to the micro resolution and pick to only look at or only consider even or odd numbers, but in the end there are infinite numbers when you like go back to the macro resolution. Whereas leading mathematicians barely work with a concept. Okay. Join numbers count by ones, then count by twos, then threes, all different infinities. I don't know, man. I mean, I think I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's different infinities. I think it's the same infinity, only different aspects of it, or different ways of looking at it. Because infinity is by definition incomprehensible. Well, yeah, at least for us, I suppose so. Unless you're a sentient quantum computer, then you're set. Yeah, I guess that's right, VTech. Again, it's all like extremely theoretical what we're talking about here. But again, I think that infinity, maybe it's a philosophical difference, I don't know. how far are we on the spectrum between, like, you know, philosophy and science. But maybe, like, infinity for me is all-encompassing, and then you can think, because infinity, once you throw that in, it's like it's a complete game changer. Infinity is a way to denote the non-existing bounds of a set, not in any way an explanation of the contents of the set. You know, maybe it's like a vocabulary problem. Maybe I'm missing a word for something that is encompassing, that is actually all-encompassing. I don't know, maybe it is a vocabulary issue. I'm gonna have to think about this. Mathematics is philosophy for nerds. I guess that's right. Yeah, probably, Meatwagon. Infinite is literally something that is not finite. Yeah, but I'm not talking, well, obviously we're not talking about, like, exact definitions here. Infinite, limitless, or endless in space, extent or size, impossible to measure or calculate. It can be more than one infinite set, not all infinite sets are the same. Again, I get that you can, like, divide infinity by different aspects or look at it in different ways. But I can't not think that there's some sort of, like, all-encompassing thing, and that if we're talking about infinite universes, then that means that everything is just possible. All the universes might or might not happen. Like, it just means that all possibilities are out there. And in order to consider, and you can't, like, unless you know any better, as far as I know we don't, you can't just, like, choose which possibilities you consider and which you don't. Because as far as we know, they are all equally possible. So you have to consider all of them. That's the way I think, at least. Set of all things is in fact one infinite set, but only one of many. But how is that possible? Because if it's all things, then it's all things. Was there infinite ways I could explain this to him so he could understand? Oh my god, or at least one that could work. Fine. Let's just conclude it by they're all equally possible, and that's where you're wrong. Okay, maybe we find the crux of the matter. Well, I think that since we don't know Suika, then everything is equally possible, theoretically. Because why wouldn't it? Once we're stepping into, you know, complete theoretical stuff, and as far as I know, it is completely theoretical. Like, we got no proof one way or the other. Or am I wrong? Do we have any proof considering, like, supporting or, you know, going against the idea that there are that there are different universes? I get statistics, but again, the way I think it, once you throw infinity in the mix, then anything can happen. Then that means that statistics also go out the door, because that means that there's a universe where statistics, where even let's say that in all universes, or in, let's say that we don't consider the universes where the laws of physics are different. It just means that, like, there are infinite different ways for things to happen. Yeah, I'm rambling, aren't I? Some things are astronomically unlikely. There's even shit that, to our understanding of reality with a multiverse, is impossible. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna say quantum woo. Okay, let's just say that, let's just all agree that I'm stupid and I don't understand this, and we'll keep playing. I think we can all agree on that, at least. And that is something that I can understand. I can understand my own ignorance. So let's keep going. So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Tamiyoji was talking about?
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period. Before it, actually. So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea.
Huh?
Come on.
The
think.
tombstone?
Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Yeah, the tombstone.
Fui ego eris.
There we go. The grave! The one in the garden! So does that lead to like a secret chamber
Well,
or
come
something?
on. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind.
What are you doing?
Wait, can they do that though? Oh, maybe they can control Zero Jr. now.
Did you forget something?
We're going to go have a talk with somebody. Oh right, he can't know that Akane is alive.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
Wait. What?
I'll take that as a yes.
So his memory came back, I assume. Or was he faking it?
Let me accompany you then.
Wait. Why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
No, maybe you tell me right now, dude.
I'm coming with you.
Fair enough. You've waited like you waited so many years for this on different timelines.
You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to the...
Oh, so everybody's coming.
So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Oh right, and she also knows Akane.
Yeah. You know her real well.
It's pretty crazy that Temiyoji and Clover were in the same game last time.
Wait. You're not... You're serious? What the hell is going on?
Oh, shut up! Come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlock. Yeah, it seems that all the talking about, all the explaining that I need is taking up a lot of time. And there's also the secret ending that I want to get, Mewagon, but we'll see, maybe we'll get lucky. I think last time they told me that it would be at least a couple more hours. Or at least one more stream. So we'll see. Again, if it's like a matter of an extra 15 to 20 minutes, I can stay for that long, but otherwise, I gotta sleep for work tomorrow.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it.
Hmm.
And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah. The grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. To the garden. Finally.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. You see the keyhole on the grave? If I just insert this here, I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. Again, I can't understand why he didn't discover it earlier, but whatever. Like, why you didn't go like, huh? What's this? Why do I have a key around my ankle? I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. The fourth treatment pod.
What is this?
I was wondering about this too. How they got, like, supposedly if I is from the past as well, then how did they get her? How did they freeze her too?
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah. It's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
Well, it says treatment pod in giant letters on the side. The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1. Defrosting complete.
Oh, okay.
Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes. Once Stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right. Cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah, well, not melts, defrosts.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything.
There we go.
I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
I suppose.
This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one.
Really? Okay.
Well, I suppose the other ones
So it's
don't
not as
really matter to you,
remote
do
as I
they?
thought.
In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
Okay, so wait. So it's confirmed that Kay's dad is Zero Senior. Officially confirmed then. Does that mean that Sigma is Zero Senior? Since they look so much alike, they could be father and son? Or clones even?
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this,
Hello, Palma. How are you doing, man?
but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen.
Yep, still going strong, Palma. Well, we did have like a 30-minute break where everybody tried to explain the concept of infinity to me and failed. But yeah, we're still going strong. New endings each week. That would have been fun, though. A DLC with a new path and new ending. So there were 10 antimatter reactors, 18 actually, I think, on Earth, and this one of the moon shit found there are more. Yeah, there's like 54 or something here. No, Palma, and I suggest you don't even try. They really, like, we just stopped at some point realizing that I just probably won't get it, and it's better we just keep on with the game. No, I understand gravity. I just don't understand the math of gravity. That's different. I understand the concept of gravity. I just don't understand the mathematics behind it and the physics behind it. But I understand what it is. Infinity, apparently, I thought I understand, but I guess I don't really.
It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake.
So, yeah, so basically we agree that I don't know anything. Except, you know, narrating visual novels.
We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary.
Well, yeah, but apparently I don't understand, like, infinity and, like, the correlation between infinity and statistics and probability and something that's all-encompassing and the difference between all of those. That's what I got from our conversation.
By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles.
Okay, that's pretty cool, actually.
Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Yeah, we heard that
Wait.
analogy.
Hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
What does that mean in earlier histories, though? Like in other timelines where they didn't actually do this experiment? They were already here, all of them were already there in any case? I guess that's not impossible. There is a connection between most of these people now that we know that Tenmyoji is Junpei. Then they pretty much all connect, so it's possible, I suppose.
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029.
Isn't that the same date as the everything exploding on Earth?
Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy concept. The 13th? Could be.
In preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past.
Oh, so they needed more Espers here in order to strengthen that, because they retconned the fact that if there are, even though it doesn't make sense, it doesn't like sit well with the first game and the second Nonary game, but they retconned here that if there are a number of espers together, then the strongest one takes over, like takes the strength or ability from the lesser powerful espers. So they need a Clover and Junpei here to strengthen Phi and Sigma's ability, I assume.
Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another,
Yeah.
which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
I see. They need an expert on the Myrmidons.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
Asperger's.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing.
Well, Suika, that's actually a concept that's not unheard of in science fiction. I mean, it's the same thing in they do that in Futurama and Rick and Morty too. I mean, granted, those are those are both comedies, but over there, since someone is like, they both have someone that is supposedly so stupid that, you know, brain waves, beta waves, whatever stuff, more stuff I don't understand, works as a countermeasure to something. Like, it's not an unheard of trope that someone is so stupid that they actually have some sort of ability.
Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust.
That's fair. That's true.
This history exists because of your presence.
Well, wouldn't that make perfect sense, though, Golf?
Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. And Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension.
Yep, we just use you, as usual, with Akane.
Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
You can say Akane. Also, I can't, but like, I really wanted Akane to be like the sweet, cute, loving person that she seemed to be in 999, but apparently she's someone way different. She's way more manipulative than that, which really sucks.
Yeah, it did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
People change? I'm not sure of VTech, because the thing is that in the end of the first game, she was revealed, spoiler alert, she was revealed to be the antagonist. She was the one, well, here too, I suppose. I guess maybe it's a running theme, and maybe she'll be responsible for the next Nonary game too. But we found out that she was responsible for that, and she disappeared before we had any chance to do that. I mean, before we had a chance to talk to her and understand something, understand like what her motive was, or I don't know, anything like that. But instead she just disappeared and decided not to talk to Junpei. I don't know, in my mind she's just kind of a bitch, because she used him a number of times. She could have honestly just like talked to him, couldn't she? If she sent a person to tell him like, do you want to see Akane, come with me, she could have just like sent him a message herself, even a recorded message saying, I don't know, oh Jumpy, I'm so sorry, I gotta see you, I gotta explain to you, and then explain to him everything, and he'd probably work with her because he's like completely in love with her. So she could have done that, but instead she manipulated him, same as she did last time. Like, I understand why in the last Nonary game she did that. I can't understand here why she couldn't just like ask for his help. Women are the devil. Well, exactly, my point exactly.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, we headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out. And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it.
There's a very good explanation to why she became like that? Okay, I'm waiting to hear it then.
If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline.
I also wonder if they explain what happened to Snake and Santa from 999. I mean, I guess it's safe to assume that they probably both died, since most of the people in the world died, it seems. I don't remember if it was in this game or the interviews with the creator. Okay, yeah, fair enough, man. So anyhow, I guess it's safe to say that... Also, there's the secret code that we know that we want to read. We need to remember about this. That if we add if we go one letter forward on each of these, we're supposed to get a secret message. But it might be spoilery, so we'll wait until the end for that too.
In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Could be that Brother is also a character from 999? Or maybe just a person... Though his history doesn't seem to like sit very well with 999. With like any of the characters that I know of in there. Could be that he was one of the kidnapped kids though, even though his history doesn't mention that, but maybe they just like changed his background so it would work better for a cult leader.
We can set Brother aside for now though. May I proceed?
Well, it's a name of a person, Chairs. I'm not calling someone specific Brother. No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two. Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be alright with you, Luna?
Yes,
Oh, so pure.
that's okay.
Look at her.
As for me, As I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma.
Is he Sigma?
In another timeline.
Oh, yeah, in that sense. Well, we've met his hologram. Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. Still don't know who he is. Yeah, to be fair, I don't know. Like, with the way facial features change over time in this game, it could be anyone. Like, Temioji doesn't really look that much like Junpei, like young Junpei. Which is fair, I guess, after, like, you know, everything that happened on Earth and 45 years later. But I really can't tell if this is supposed to be Sigma or someone else. I can't, like, except the fact that he has a bracelet there, I can't really see anything that would necessarily tell me who he is at the moment.
Stage 2 is complete. TP00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay,
And before it's not Akane, it's Zero Senior.
let's get started then. Ready?
Fi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
All right,
Oh wow, you're not gonna count down?
here we go. 3,
Oh my god.
2, 1.
Come on already. A clone? What, is it him? Is it... What? Suddenly my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I'd never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make any sense. So clones? Or family members? Or is that him and Kay is his family member? After I'd seen him, I was injected with tubocurarine, and that was the end of that. But wait. The person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse. But it's not. Or is it? The person you've seen on the floor of the warehouse is Kay, who could be a clone or could be a child. But this person could either be a clone or Sigma himself, I think. But no, again, because we're not messing with time on a singular timeline, we're messing with different timelines, so how could this work exactly? Who is wearing Kay's armor? No, are you going to tell me that Akane is wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
No. Oh my god. You're...
Yes, I am.
Hi, Quartzy. How's it going?
Akane Kurashiki.
Dude, what? When did they switch then? When did that happen? What's going on? Quartzy, did you play this game? Because there are a lot of spoilers right now if you didn't. When did they make the switch? Like either here or back there. And why did she just pretend to be Kay? What's going on? Why is she such a condescending bitch, though? Probably before the game even started? Got go pranked. But he keeps looking at it with the wrong mindset. It's just confused as fuck. If you say so, Suika. How'd you get that skirt? That shouldn't be a problem, actually. That's like the least problematic aspect of this, I think, Meatwagon. Getting the skirt or dress inside the suit of armor. Well, as long as you're enjoying, Suika, that's what I'm here for. I'm the ape with a jester hat, just going around for your amusement.
It's you.
So wait, so that's Kay in the pod. So we still don't know if Kay is. He looks more like a clone, honestly, than a kid. But in this game where so many absurd things are possible, I guess it's also possible that he's his kid.
June, I mean Akane, from... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover.
Maybe you should try reading Borges then, Palma.
Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane. Long time no see.
Yeah, understatement of the year. I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do to not collapse right there and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
That's when she did it? Yeah, because it was in the timeline that one of the timelines that she died that we got Kay's ending. So wait, so she just pretended this entire timeline? That's... Well, she did pretty well. I mean, I never thought that Kay wasn't Kay, but still. Gecko, Infinity is fucking hard, okay? Apparently. I didn't think it was that hard either, but apparently it's like such a high concept that it's beyond me. Yup.
Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did, at least. I carried your bodies to the 3rd AB room, and then took Dio's to the 5th. After that, I went into the 1st room and borrowed Kay's armor.
Kay is bland as a character, so it's not that hard to pose as him. He's kind of bland. But then again, I don't know, he has his moments too. I kind of like his robotiness. And I enjoyed when he told me his story. And I enjoyed his little ruse killing Dio. So yeah, he's not that bad a character, I'd say.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Oh look, I found the game's tagline. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the 6th room. Well, no. You don't remember saving her, Sigma? You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Wait, Schrodinger is a soft G? It's Schrodinger? Why is my reality, like, breaking apart all around me? Why is everything I thought I knew not true anymore because of this game? What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved? What happens then?
Is Schrodinger a soft G or a hard G? That's what I'm asking. Well, yeah, if you say it right, it's Schrodinger or something like that. Schrodinger. So it's a just the ng sound. Whatever. I'll look it up later, I guess, on YouTube. They probably have how to pronounce Schrodinger video. All right. Oh, sorry. She said that.
Who's wearing the armor?
That's Kay.
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
So yeah, I don't remember who asked earlier why did they have Kay wear the suit, but there we go. That's another explanation right here, so that Akane could be amongst us. Well, I speak English. That's a foreign language to me, technically speaking. I speak English. I speak just a bit of French. I understand better than I speak it, though. And that's it. Maybe a couple words of Spanish, really. But that's it.
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of Soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
But does he? But he did remember it in one timeline. Fuck off drops.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
Wait, or is he Zero Senior? Is K Zero Senior from the past? No. How would that work, though? No, it can't work. Like, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Well, I've been with you the entire game, but still. Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? And before Radical 6 makes Sigma think he looks differently than what he actually looks like. Right here? Same face? No, he doesn't have the same face? Are you shitting me? Radical 6 actually made him think he looks differently.
Huh?
Are you shitting me?
Huh?
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma?
Are you shitting me?
Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? Didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time.
But only also through people?
You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
What? I looked around frantically. Does he actually right now look like Zero Senior? Does he have like only one eye? And I don't know. I looked around frantically. Yeah, a pond. I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. Does he look like Zero Senior? Which would make sense since he's the only one that saw Zero Senior. Even if I didn't see him, or Temioji. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it. I'm gonna have a shit fit about how much sense that doesn't make, but still. I struggled to take deep breaths. Then slowly Slowly, I peered into the pond, looking for my reflection. Bullshit! Bullshit! That is, oh my god, that is bullshit. How did he not notice that he has a mechanical eye? How did he not notice that? What the fuck? And nobody noticed that they're wearing the same clothes either? And how did he, what the? How does that make sense? How did he not notice that? How did we not notice that we have a mechanical eye? What the fuck? This, I just don't know what to say. Maybe it's a robot eye made to work as... No, I get that it works that way, but don't you, like, feel it? Don't you, like, ever touch your face or something? I don't know. He's got long hair. Doesn't it, like, rub against his, like, mechanical eye and feels different than when, you know... He said his body felt strange at the beginning of the game. That's different! That's different, Suika. There's a difference between, like, saying my body feels different and, oh, wait, my eye is missing, and there's, like, a mechanical lens instead. All the characters have been... Oh, fuck off. I didn't even notice that. Fuck off with that. I didn't even... When did they... When? What? When? I remember the senile bit, maybe, but I don't remember... And I mean, I believe you guys. I just, oh my god, I hate it. Didn't even register with me, not even remotely. But wait, if he jumped, oh, hold on. Dio called you a senile old fuck. Right. Right, he did. Fuck, you're right. Is Dream gone for anyone else? Fight calls you grandpa when she first meets you. Really? The one... Really, Marcus? I don't even remember that. That completely didn't register for me. I mean, I do remember thinking about... If I commented that you look like having a lot of hard drugs and looked like you do at age 20. Really? I remember Dio saying something like that, and I was like, huh? But thinking, well, whatever. Maybe he knows about... I don't know. What the shit? So wait, how does this even... Well, they're gonna explain how Kay relates to this. But what the shit? Okay, the mechanical eye thing still doesn't work at all. You must have been working on your degree for a really long time. Oh my god, they did say that. Oh my god, you're fucking right. Oh god, my whole life is crumbling. Oh, I've desynced on Safe State Heroes, my bad. Sorry, I was just having a fucking crisis just as the stream desynced on Safe State Heroes. Oh my god. I desynced VTech, that happens sometimes. Yeah, I swear this time I'm really voting ally. Sigma facepalms. Thank you! Svain B, thank you! Did that actually happen though? Did Sigma actually facepalm at some point? Yeah, that one Marcus on Twitch said that too. Suika. There's a scene when Fi says something like, I guess your hearing must be going too, implying that you have problems with fucking hell, that did not register at all with me. Oh, it didn't? Oh, fuck, Svain. He must have touched his face at some point, though. I mean, come on. Okay, hold... Yeah, I remember the one about letting me go, you see now, old fuck. I remember, I, like, raised an eyebrow at that, but didn't really, like, think it through at the moment. Someone says they don't really trust your eyes. Oh my god. When you're talking with Fi about her being 20, she says that you say that she's only 2 years younger. Fi says, well, you must have done a lot of drugs to look like that at 22. I vaguely remember something like that. Lastly, when talking with Alice about your profession, she immediately thinks you work at the college as a doctor. When you replied that you were going for a PhD degree, she once you must have been working on that for quite a while, huh? I do vaguely remember that as well. Oh my fucking god. All of those comments completely brushed past me. Jesus. I feel so dumb in this stream. I feel so fucking dumb in this stream. Jesus Christ. So wait, how did it... Well, they're gonna explain it, right? About how... So they didn't... Fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going. They'll explain it. I'd rather not even think about how this makes sense and just, like, let them explain it. What about the mirror in the infirmary? Right, I was saying, there couldn't have been no mirrors in the entire place. And no reflections. Was too dirty to see anything. And oh my god. No, but there were like a bunch of mirrors, and we did look inside the pond already, and shit like... But fine, it works well enough. Fuck off, Suika. Oh god, just fuck right off out of here. Oh my god. Yeah, no, Gagolfa's right. I vaguely remember that too. That I thought the mirror would be like something to do with the infirmary puzzle, but it wasn't. Yeah, I looked at the pond. I guess if we want, we could find like excuses for everything. Wrong angle for reflection, the windows throughout the game too. Oh my god. I am having the most severe existential crisis right now. Jesus, let's just keep going with the game. No. This can't be real. This face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Klein. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
To the you that's behind it now, it's a face. How did... Oh my god, my brain just is about to explode. Yeah, how is... But that's another thing. I thought that Sigma might be Zero Senior, but then I said, like, one of the things I said, how can someone so stupid, like, design all of this? It doesn't make any sense. What did they do to his brain to make him so dumb? Or maybe it's just because it's, like, his consciousness from the past. And he's not that smart yet.
Zero, the mastermind of the AB project.
"45 years in a disaster can do a lot to change someone." I guess. Yeah, I guess. Oh my god. Well, it's not really amnesia, Gecko, since we're from the past. We're like our past consciousness in our future self's body. So it's not really amnesia, it's just that we haven't lived through those memories yet. And I'm kind of feeling the same right now, Palma, to be honest. I just don't know, and I still don't understand how this is not a paradox. Timnesia, nice. Changnesia. How is this not a paradox, though? How is him sending himself to the past? Maybe because it's just consciousness? No, because he's still... This is too advanced for me. Fuck this. I'm just going to assume that it's not a paradox somehow, or that in some timeline it's not a paradox, or whatever, and leave it alone. Same as the infinity thing. Remember all those comments Sigma made at all the female characters? Yeah, about swimsuits. And they were grossed out, but I thought that was just like him being a perv, not him being old.
Is you.
The grandfather paradox is actually easily resolved with a double loop recursion superstition. Okay. I'm quitting right here, Drops. Too many long words there. Double loop recursion superposition. Bye. That's I'm just gonna trust you guys, and oh my god, my brain is just like non-functioning right now. Hello, Dr. Fox. My brain is not functioning well enough right now to actually go through that. What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No.
Well, Palm, it could be like power armor. where it's just like actually really light because it has a mechanism to help it walk around.
It's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be. A pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him.
Created him? So he is a clone? Genetic engineering, he has to be.
Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
That the event that sends you back and the non-existence of that event exist in a double loop. Fuck that. I'm not even completing that sentence. Screw this. I don't mind being fucking stupid. I'll live with it. Milkavoli. I love Klim. I love Klim. No, it makes it. It's not I love milk. It's I love Klim. That's a weird password though, isn't it? I mean, now it makes sense, but isn't that a weird thing? Is K called Klim because that's Sigma's last name? And he's saying he loves himself? He's saying he loves his clone? I don't understand really, but whatever.
His name is Kyle Klein.
Kyle, okay.
Your clone.
So he is a clone.
That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle.
No, Gogolf, it was actually K's. It was K's part of the password that he gave us. We have sex with him. Is it gay though? See, that's the level of like philosophic debates I can handle. Is it gay to have sex with your own clone? That's my limit. Anything more serious or advanced than that, and my brain melts.
Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future.
It was Luna's login. It was. Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the login on Luna's timeline? Yeah. I get what you're saying now. But yeah, it was his part of the password. Yeah, Marcus has it right, actually, Gogolf and Suika. If you ever need to ask, is it gay? Is it gay? Yeah, but that's kind of different, VTech. Because I can also ask, is it gay to masturbate because you touch a penis? You know? Is that gay? Touching a penis, even if it's your own penis? So are you saying that's gay? And if that's not gay, then what about like autofellatio? Is that gay? You're putting a penis in your mouth, man. But it's your penis. It would be Luna's password saying she loves Sigma. Oh, oh. It's not gay if it's on the moon. Fair enough. What happens on the moon stays on the moon. Fair enough. So, VTech, why is autofellatio gay if regular masturbation, jerking off is the least gay penis touching possible? Why isn't... What's the difference between jerking off and autofellatio then, VTech? Oh, okay, I love the direction that this conversation has taken then. This is way better than talking about infinity and clones and shit. Just talking about like what's gay and what's not.
When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's.
Well, yeah, but it puts it in your hand, VTech. That's... Why is a mouth more gay than a hand? Explain that to me. Oh, okay, so giving a dude a handy isn't gay. Okay, now I see. That's where we disagree, though. So you're saying that touching dicks isn't gay, just tasting them is gay. So by that logic, if I give a hand job to my clone, that's not gay either. Even though it's a different person. So I can touch all the dicks I want in any... What if you like really... What if you don't have a sense of taste? Good question, Marcus. I didn't even consider that. What if you're sucking a dick, but you can't, like, you don't have any nerve endings in your mouth? You can't feel it. Or what if you can't taste it either? It just tastes... Or what if you have a fucked up sense of taste and dicks taste like chocolate to you? Is that also gay? Or are you just like eating candy? Well, Wupar, that's like well, this is just where I feel comfortable, Wupar and Suika. Mori territory. This is just where I feel comfortable and where I can actually have some input, I guess. These are the type of discussions where I thrive in.
If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones.
So women attracted to women aren't gay because they aren't attracted to men. Or you know what? Another question. If a woman is sucking a penis, is that gay for her? Because apparently, according to VTech, she's like putting a penis in her mouth is super gay. So is a woman gay for sucking a penis? Or is she less gay for, I don't know, for going down on another woman? Oh yeah, we'll reach that question later, Suika. Just slurping cock climaxing with cum all over my face, though it's not gay. All women are gay, okay.
But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
Oh, really? And he never... Wow, goddamn. How did he move in between armors, though? Did he, like, put him to sleep every time? That is so sadistic.
It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day
That's
all
pretty...
his life.
That's pretty sadistic. But... Why would future me create a clone? As a lesbian, everything I put into my body automatically becomes gay. Interesting. I never thought of it that way. So you're also saying that inanimate objects can be just as gay once the gayness has been transferred to them by a lesbian or a gay person. Am I understanding this right, Marcus?
He was to be your...
The gay agenda. Just converting everything into gay. Wait, everything you put into your body automatically becomes gay. Does that mean that if you have a baby, it's automatically gay then? It's like a pre-existing condition, you might even say.
If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place. I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before.
The baby isn't gay, the action is. Well, no, Marcus said that everything they put into their body becomes gay. The awful truth we attempt to keep hidden from the public. So that's the real gay agenda. The more babies gay people have, the more gay people there are on Earth, and that's how you're going to take it over from us. So that's a gay agenda. I'm calling Trump and Pence right now. What about the kidnapping memory? Well, we were actually... Were we? Were we kidnapped? I don't know anymore, Drops. I just don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
That isn't all they mean, though.
Okay, it's actually... my time is actually up, but I'm guessing... I don't know. I'm guessing we can't finish this in like 20 to in like 15 to 20 minutes or so, or even 30 minutes. I'm assuming it's gonna take more than that. Also, who was it that said yesterday that it's gonna take 45 minutes? Because no way this would have taken 45 minutes. I would have had to like zip my mouth shut for the entire stream.
The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch.
Oh, well, that's quite a big concept that you left out there. So the consciousness switch. So does that mean that Sigma's future consciousness is now in? How does that work though? Like in all past, that's really like I don't understand how that works. So, wait. Now I get for this specific purpose that it means that like Sigma's future consciousness went back to his past body, so now he can do whatever he wants to change the past. So by that sense, they already won, haven't they? Just with the fact that Sigma jumped from the past to the future. But how did they do that? How did they make him do that? Oh, maybe they made... Oh, no, they made him jump back to the past. I don't understand this.
That was the chief goal of the project.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past person? How does that work with all like the other jumps we've done in the AB game, though?
Sigma,
They all just like lost their memory, so it doesn't matter?
In the garden?
I guess that's it, because if they lost their memory, then it doesn't really matter then. If they could be like the past or future self, but they would act about the same, I think. But would they, though? I don't know. Again, this is too theoretical to actually try and contradict.
You mean this, right?
Yes.
Right, this is where I saw Rhizome 9. What does this mean, then?
Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Oh, I see. I see, Marcus. Okay.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making.
Oh, no.
A is where everything began.
Oh, I didn't even notice A. It's right at the bottom there, below Nevada test site.
December 25th.
So this is actually a timeline map.
2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future.
What? Why, though? How did... I don't understand. Why did they not just freeze his body and send him to the future? Why did they have to make the jump? And how did they cause the jump just with the gas? If he's never done that before?
I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older.
I think she's legal anyway, Gecko. I think she's like 20 or so.
Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on. If you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C. which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
So wait, 2 days have passed in the game? How? That doesn't make
Whoa.
Wait,
sense.
what
Either.
do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact.
How though? That shouldn't add up with the time they spent.
Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with Radical 6.
Oh, I see.
The virus slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of
Nope,
real
Gecko, it's not 2
time
lunar
have
days.
passed.
It's just that, again, time difference. Time difference.
But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D.
Why point D though?
April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however.
Why doesn't he jump earlier then? Can't you control that? Obviously he can't. He can though if they caused him to jump to the exact moment where the Nonary game begins.
The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Okay.
But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body, until you reach
I'm waiting for a good
B.
point, Chairs. That's not in the middle of her explanation.
Do you remember when B is Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago. So he waits until he gets there, and then his consciousness is replaced by his past self.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma.
Well, we don't want to
jumped
foil
into
her
the
plans,
body of
Gecko. She's
67-year-old
supposedly she's trying to
Sigma.
save humanity, and we're working with her.
So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Back to where he was, right? Back to the car? Back to A. Point A, December 25th, 2028. The day all of this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will
Playing
be
the game.
you in the past.
But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct.
The one thing I don't understand here is why point D? It seems kind of arbitrary, doesn't it?
When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
Exactly, VTech, which actually works well with Sigma in this game. So wait, what? Will be ejected from the younger body and return to your body at C. On Rhizome 9? Hold on. The older version of you will be ejected when what happens? Again? Oh, when it reaches point C, then he'll go back to point C, which is right after this. Okay. Which will happen in a couple of minutes, I think. So it's rotating?
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path.
What's up with point E though? Because there are like two, it seems there are two endings here. If you look, there are two arrows going upwards and forwards. So it seems that there is a split somewhere here, I just can't find it. It seems to be point E though.
With one exception.
Yeah. This line here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
And the only person who can do that is old Sigma's consciousness in his younger body. The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own.
So point E changes everything. So why does... I don't understand. Again, how is this not a paradox? Maybe this is what Drops was talking about earlier. About fixing the grandpa paradox. But basically, once point E starts, then all of the other points don't happen anymore. Or did they happen? I don't know.
The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from
See you later,
point
Chairs.
B to point A. If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028?
Yes. That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C.
Yeah, I get the logic
And
now.
for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility.
What do you mean by recreate, though? Did this already happen?
That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point. So that we might save humankind from destruction.
So they already did this but fail? Is that what they meant by recreate? They just like failed over and over again until they got it right? Which is supposedly now?
And undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Undo the horrors that is Aku. Okay, so now that we sort of have a pause here, I think, well, I had to finish and get going like 14 minutes ago. So I'm sorry guys, but we won't be able to finish it today either. It's going to have to happen on Wednesday, since unfortunately tomorrow I can't stream. Oh, saving, right, yeah, I'm not going through all this again. Making extra sure. Thank you, Suika. So, unfortunately, I'll be... it better not be Good Golf. Yeah, well, again, VTech, it's a lot about... It takes much less time if we don't, like, read everything out loud and wait for all the actors and then have philosophical discussions with chat. But anyhow, I'll be back. I can't be back tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday, same time as today. You can check the schedule to see what time is it for you locally. Either on Safe Street Heroes or on Twitch. And we're getting closer and closer, you better believe it, to the end of this game. And you can still choose what game I'm gonna play after this. There's a link on my Twitch page. You can also get the link in Twitch chat by typing !pull. And there you can choose what game you want me to play next, either from the list of recommendation of requests or just request a new game to add to the list. Also, this is Monday, so if you voted last week, you should be able to re-vote again this week. You can re-vote every week if there's a game that you really want, or if there's something, a new addition that you want to vote for. And other than that, Infinity, Gravity, and Gain is, well, yeah, Suika, truly the most complex subjects of humanity. Yes, exactly like Gecko did. Oh, and thank you, Gecko, for posting the link. So yeah, right now it's a match between two Suda51 games. Whichever one gets selected is going to be great. And if it's going to be another game, that's also going to be great, because I'm really excited for all of the games right now on the poll. And other than that, of course, if you enjoyed the stream and haven't already, then feel free to follow me on Twitch or YouTube to watch my past broadcasts, or Twitch, Twitter, and Steam to get notifications whenever I start to stream, or if there's a change in schedule or anything like that. So that's it, guys. Thank you for accompanying me on this stream. Thank you for attempting to explain to me all this stuff. As I said, I know I'm dumb. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. It's better than trying to have my brain melt, but I appreciate all the effort on your guys' part to try and make me understand. That's it, guys. I had a blast, even with my brain melting. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and I hope to see everybody soon. So, thanks again. Take care, everybody, and Marco.